those Turdacs are not weak to lightning, so how about fire? That would be my guess. I don't remember. Oh yeah, they're weak to fire. I haven't seen those guys since DDS1. Ah, and the boss is also weak to fire. Oh, come on. Attack the Turdak, thank you. And, okay. I thought the combination skill would hit the boss, but he actually died. That was very fast. It's kind of crazy how much of a difference it actually makes in this game. If you know your enemy's weakness, it's like you don't really have much to worry about. You just have to stay alive and make sure that you can use a combination skill and you're actually pretty good to go. But yeah, this is just the beginning of the game. And because there aren't that many skills to choose from, there aren't many different type of skills you can actually, you know, experiment with to try to determine someone's weakness. So it's it's like just the beginning. So hopefully the game will become more and more interesting as we progress through the game. And I just said game 2 times in the same sentence. Yeah. I would have to say that it is a little bit hard to have the demons actually avoid enemy attacks. Like there's only so much you can actually have them avoid attacks by using L1 to call them to you. Other than that, it's like I also kind of wish there were more sword attacks. Because I keep using the same 3 combos I can actually think of. Well, not the sweep, but yeah. No. You don't have to lie. Okay. Yeah, so let's just head back. Yeah, and also as the game progresses, hopefully the bosses will actually be more difficult to deal with. Since that fight was surprisingly fast. Like, it was over with before I could even actually even, you know, think of how much do you actually have left to kill this guy, and by that time he was already dead. But I have to admit, it is definitely a different kind of experience compared to all of the other SMT games out there. For better or for worse. So the core gameplay is still there. You have to exploit weaknesses and such. But yeah, it definitely feels different to have such an action-oriented game. As you can probably see from the way I actually play the game, yeah, action games are probably not my strongest part. My strongest. They're definitely not my ace. But I do enjoy them. But yeah, Oh. I thought that hand Kaya over. The deal! Hey, did you hear that? I guarantee whatever they're talking about in there is important. Maybe if we stood closer to the door. That butler is such a wet blanket. Normal detectives would probably have to leave and search for other evidence. Luckily, we have a devil summoner on our side. Right, Raidou? So yeah, I feel so more used to the turn-based strategic combat I've been dealing with so far. So I don't know, I'll probably never be as good as others might be at this particular combat system. But yeah, it's not too hard to grasp, but it just feels kind of strange to me. But I wouldn't let that actually affect my judgment of how highly I would rate this game eventually. Because it's just a matter of how my preferences and how well I'm usually play when it comes to action games. Like, this is more like an action game but with RPG elements in it. Although it's still more of a RPG than an action game. So, investigation. Pretty obvious. This is all a misunderstanding. I just wanted her to see him one last time. I was going to return her to you. So you hired a detective to take her to his deathbed? I don't believe what I'm hearing. Takeshi's condition reflects only your own feelings toward him. And your hatred of your talented older brother is quite obvious. What? That isn't true. I was doing it for Kaya's sake. Don't worry. You'll still be paid the amount we agreed on, as long as everything goes according to plan. It will be more than enough to pay off that factory debt. Just make sure no one else intervenes. Otherwise, I will see to it that you end up just like your brother. And I suppose that girl as well. Intriguing. But even with the diary, that's circumstantial evidence at best. Wonder what Narumi would do. Let's ask for his opinion. It's no guarantee, but hey, you're not offering up any ideas. Oh, what? Oh, of course, because I was still controlling the demon. quite handy. Hey, Raidou. How's the investigation going? So the bird thought she'd be possessed by a demon and she's imprisoned underground somewhere. The head of the Daidoji family has taken ill and, well, we watched Kaya get abducted. So generally, I would say that her uncle Kiyoshi is suspicious. Let's say he wants to inherit his family's wealth. That still wouldn't explain everything. Kaya contacted us. Just as we were getting somewhere, she was abducted by those men. So, who were they? Where did they take her? We also need to know who Kiyoshi was talking to. These aren't things we can figure out on our own. You'll have to go back to the Daidoji residence. Have a chat with Kiyoshi. Find out who the other man was. Okay, yeah, sure, I will do that. But I am going to leave it at this and we'll have to continue this later. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching and I hope to see you later.